to the letter. So, just gonna keep this short and brief. We're now on the Rebecca route. So, yeah, let's see how this good old Scottish woman can do in our good old storyline. So let us continue. Alright. Luxmore may be a small city, but I ain't no stranger to a hellish rush hour traffic. Surprisingly, getting out of the city today proves more of a breeze than a hassle. A relief considering how none of my calls to Isabel estimated through. Either through the reception is really bad over there, or she's ignoring them on purpose. Both does not seem to ease the disquiet in me. The rest of my drive passes without much incident as soon as I'm out in the busy streets. Less than 30 minutes, the mansion looms ahead of me. For all the fuss Isabella made about the house, it remains a thing of beauty, even with all this eerie music. Unlike Luxborn, the estate and the nearby Ansem village stands as in complete opposite. And actually, one thing, I think I forgot to give me that special fix stance.
Could you turn the music up slightly?
Yeah, I could. This
Compared
is
to
like,
the
have you
voice.
checked your stream? I don't know if you can increase the volume of the stream you're in, if you've lowered it in the past.
It's just like comparatively to the voice, the music is a little.
Oh, you mean like this?
I mean,
Like
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Okay.
If that's
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, I do that. Alright, let's see. Living and breathing songs of the old whisper of the once haven lingering in the air. Contemporary convenience aside, it's a place I'm glad modernization has wholly touched. Alright, who wants to voice our Rebecca Scottish woman? I guess,
Oh, is she Scottish?
yeah, I
I
think
didn't
so.
realize.
Yeah, so it's like, says it here. Rebecca. Scottish right there, nationality, fourth line.
Huh.
She's also an
Interesting.
atheist, but she was raised a Kirk. So, other than that,
I haven't gone the past 2 sessions, sorry.
nah, you good, you good. Alright, so, I guess since you kind of talk, you go ahead and put on your best Scottish accent. Try to sound like Mike Myers.
Okay. It's just a shame the locals know more of the silly hearsay than the history itself. If I could only knock some sense into these people.
Sadly, complaining all I could do to afford to do so as much as I want to give him a piece of my mind isn't why I'm here. I think these rich types will appreciate getting a lecture from me. Either I have as much business with them as they have with me. A heavy sigh, give myself a last second to take the scenery in, or heading up the main entrance. Most of the guests are already heading out. Though some still linger, it's just mainly to take photos of the house facade or its various rooms. Pause for a moment and scanning all the small crowds gather at the foyer. Excuse me. Looking for any sign that's familiar ponytail among the seas of hats and heads.
No sign of her.
No sign of her other staff or Miss Cooper either. I can certainly look for Isabel on my own, but in a place this big? Be lucky if I end up lost or find her before we need to meet with Zachary and Ash tonight. Sighing, I reach for my mobile and redial her number. Gesture, now after so many attempts earlier. If she doesn't answer, I can still try contacting Miss Cooper. I just hope the network reception will cooperate this time. Also, I will actually need to do this. Sorry, ringtone. Alright, let's see. This side of the country has never been popular with the tech savvy after all. My relief, it only took 3 unsuccessful tries. At the fourth one, right as about to switch over the intercept message, the line finally rings. Ellipses. Silence follows while I wait for her to pick up. The ringing far long for my taste. By now, most of the visitors are already cleared out. All I have for company are the faint murmurs and the eerie calls left in their wake. The sudden hush settles and gives away the noises louder than they ever meant to be. Doors creaking and slamming shut in some distant part of the mansion, floorboards groaning under the sheer weight of the house history. The now empty hall, they all reverberate with special clarity against the walls. Like this, the old story seems to me almost has a ring of truth to it. don't get to stay far from the ugly line of thought, however. Not a second later, a click sounds from the other end. Ah, God, this music. I wonder if it sounds
Hello?
creepy.
Oh, that is creepy. Isabella? Miss Cooper and I called earlier and...
I wonder if there's the grudge voice if I do this. Yep,
Oh,
No,
God.
you called it.
there we go. Let's get that eerie shit in.
Wrong number.
Just help me.
Isabella? Belle, are you alright?
Without any warning, the call gets cut off. Dizzy note blares sharply against the heavy silence. Above the noise cutting through the mute air remains the faint cries of a woman. From beyond the foyer. My hands fall to the sides. I cast a weary look around, waiting for someone to come running. Surely I can't be the only one here hearing this. There must be some sort of staff still hanging around, checking things out. But no one does. Not even when her sobs are more frantic in anguish.
Excuse me. Hello? Who's there? Isabella? Isabella, is that you?
Ellipses. No answer. Growing anxious, I amble over where the cries come from, each step slow and cautious, towards a door on the other end of the room. While I'm far from someone who readily gives in to fear and stories lacking factual basis, the vague, restless feeling I have earlier immediately returns to me. Despite myself, my heart begins to race and my breathing quickens.
Belle? Belle, it's me. Miss Cooper called. Is everything okay?
Abruptly, all of it stops, and the heartbeat again begins like it's phasmophobia. My whole body tenses, mouth dragging a ragged breath, ears straining from any other sounds yet to come from the other side. But nothing follows. Instead, quiet only lends itself to the heavy tension in the air, as if every small movement disturbed the fragile stillness hanging in the room. I wait for another second. Then, with caution, I reach for the knob. My fingers barely glaze the brass handle when my hands falls on my shoulder. Go out the... Hey, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Ah!
Ah,
Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you, as I am not yet dead.
Oh no.
no.
Still, my gaze shifts back to the door as any second now, cries will start again, or whoever's inside will burst out of the room. But I didn't get to dwell on these. The woman's worried voice breaks through the haze in my mind again, oddly soothing the thick of my unease. Even the concerned looks come from a total stranger finally being the company of someone else who is somehow comforting.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Oh no, I'm fine. This is probably just some cold.
Do you need to sit down?
No need. I'm actually looking for a friend.
I wave the mobile in front of her like the gesture alone explains everything. Vaguely, I note the tight grip on it and quickly slip into my pocket before she notices. She doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm not really sure if your friend would still be here. We're actually about to close the open house in a few minutes, ma'am.
No worries. She's not a guest here. She works for Briar Realty. Miss Cooper, she called me earlier. In fact, I'm also looking for her.
Recognition flashes in her eyes and her worried expression dissolves into a smile at once. All I need to know is that I don't have to look elsewhere or venture deeper into the mansion on my own. In some way, I'm not too keen on the latter right now.
Oh, Miss Rebecca Gales, is it?
Hi, in it. Yes, sorry if I'm a bit late.
It's not a problem. I was busy with the open house and a few clients anyways. It's actually a good thing you came when you did. Let's see then. Isabella should be here, well, somewhere. Told her to stay put earlier. That girl, she never listens.
Rosie.
Rosie?
I
Wonder who's
Are
saying
we
that. Rosie?
another girl?
guess, let's find out.
I think it's just one of the other, visitors. May I have a minute? There's just this one little thing before we go.
Miss Head Cooper head immediately snaps up at the voice. In a blink, a different kind of smile spreads on her face. Smile still, friendly even, but the kind given mainly for the sake of pleasing others people rather than making friends. And I can relate to this lady.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there in a few.
Oh god, look at that smile.
That is a work smile.
Yep. It is an impressive thing, to say it least. That level of professionalism. Suppose working years in this kind of business train you enough to be able to pull that off without batting an eye. It certainly seemed to have rubbed off on Isabella, though.
Sorry. Can you give me a second? I have to take care of this. They're rich people.
Rebecca!
Sorry, my stream's lagging a little bit.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I understand. I can wait a few more minutes. Clients, right?
You won't hear anything from me. Priorities, gotta get stuff done before you die.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
But if you want, you can stay in the parlor in the meantime. I think we have a few refreshments yet.
No, thank you. I'm going out with a few friends after this. Isabella's supposed to join us too, but that depends on how she's doing, of course.
Alright, this won't be long, I promise.
He throws me an apologetic look before sauntering over the small group gathered at the entrance. A couple, or siblings, and another woman, probably their secretary. Oh, there's like a weird smog going on this Luke guy.
Spooky.
Spooky. Either way, they look no different from the other guests. Three of them.
This is the third person to mistake Luke and Hana for siblings, and I wonder if there's going to be a really ugly twist at the end.
Let's hope not.
Oh, no.
All three
Please
of them primly dressed, albeit the manner significantly simpler than the others. No frills, no extravagance of any of a form. Their gestures and movements alone speak volumes of their ingrained lifestyle. Their presence, I do what appears inconspicuous on my side of the foyer. Maybe accepting Miss Cooper offer would have been a much more better choice than standing around awkwardly gapping at them, all while also attempting my best not to listen to their conversation. Although, that one proves more difficult with how enthusiastic the blonde woman is. Her voice easily echoes through the halls with the only five of us here. Pretty soon, I found myself being drawn into her talk without meaning to.
Tomorrow, first thing in the morning.
Does somebody want to take over the second Miss Cooper?
Oh,
for
sorry.
A little bit?
First thing in the morning, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I thought you,
Sorry,
you
forgot it was
paused
both.
like, you good. Mundane talk isn't what catches my attention, however.
Very well. We'll have our lawyers prepare everything as soon as possible. I want it. Also,
Oh my.
let's make this whole thing easier for everyone, shall we? Let me know if there's anything you need from me. By the way, Marianne, is there anything you need?
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
you know how to contact me, yes? I'll give you all my numbers. Got your mobile number saved here already. Wasn't talking to you.
Oh no.
Anyways, good. It's just a matter of time then. This house will be mine. Get a room for Marianne, maybe Zach. Ooh.
Hey, I don't know why I'm reminded of Skyrim when you see like two completely different people, but they voice the same character. It's like, why?
I only
Oh,
have
yeah.
so much
6
ring-
sectors
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you also see that in like some dubbed anime as well.
Alright, let's keep going. It's a brief moment. Fleeting shift of my eye.
Monday for us, Marianne. It's a date.
Oh no.
As long as you're positive, we won't be having any problems by that time. You can count on my team.
I always curious if the little like ghost like smoke
Yeah,
thing
what
is
that?
the spirit like is haunting behind him or something.
I believe.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Let it haunt
Just
Luke.
bad vibes.
Yeah.
You worry too much. Let me handle everything as the sugar mama.
For a minute, it looks like she's holding her hand at the bottom right here, but I was like, God damn.
Oh.
Oh
I
my.
wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand.
It's one of my
Hey,
favorite
I'm
Beatles
the
songs.
sugar mama. I can have a harem if I want to. All
Hey.
the girls.
Oh God.
Do be thrilled though. I imagine it's not every day you get projects like this and someone as wonderful as me.
You cut out there.
And the instant I turn my gaze on him, I see it. Spooky
Haunting.
music and everything.
Oh, there's something with
Oh, I'm certain means ecstatic, Buttercup.
Oh no.
Aren't you, Marianne? You know, we can all celebrate this with a few drinks. Why
Oh,
don't
Marion
we?
looks so pissed.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
In fact, there's this really excellent Irish pub I visited a few days ago.
Why are you digging your own grave?
I'm the
Booming.
president of the United States. I'm allowed to dig whatever I want.
Menacing.
Oh God. Hovering over his shoulders. Drawn to him like a moth to a flame. A dark blur with that ridiculous smile. No. A shadow.
I think I'll pass on that, sir. I have more important matters to attend to with Sugar
Oh,
Mama.
burn.
Sugar Mama.
You heard her, love. She's busy.
Damn.
Such a shame. You never let me do anything fun.
As I try to make sense of any of this crybaby nonsense, a heavy feeling descends over my whole body. It happens without warning, forcing me to close my eyes. Sensation creeps to every part of me, crawling under my skin and draining me little by little of any strength. Before I know it, my hands are gripping on the nearby door support. The door support? I mean, door for support. The sudden nausea drowns out their voices and what little sound there is, all except for the whispers and laughters. Judging, mocking, taunting. Muffled, inaudible words bearing down on me like a death sentence. They wrap around my neck and limbs, bind tight me with every syllable, every utterance. With each draw of breath I take, they drag me down slowly, almost painfully, into the bottomless abyss. On and on and on. Till the sounds turn into more distant echoes, until suddenly it shatters.
Well, what are you waiting for? Are we done here? I have to go run a
Done
country
you.
now.
His voice rips at the fog like a sharp blade, and my eyes snap open. When I look at him again, it's gone.
You can head back to the car first if you want. Luke.
I like how you.
Wonderful.
I like the italicized.
Sorry,
You put more
yeah,
emphasis.
you refer to me as the president.
Oh no,
Oh no.
that's
I'm the treasurer and I have all the money. You could go to hell. Anyways, I hope that settles everything, Rose, darling. I don't know what Isabella's problem is, but please make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Poor thing. Anyways, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow and much more of Marianne. Likewise, ma'am.
no shadows or dark clouds this time. The only immaculable smiles and cordial handshakes, the unusual pleasantries as Miss Coopers lead him out of the mansions like a graceful host. None of the groups seem to have noticed it. Even if I force my breathing to calm down, keep my eyes trained on their backs, and wait for something to happen, it doesn't come back. She returns a moment later. Gently, she closes the giant doors behind her, but there's a smile on her lips and an extra skip in her step when she walks back to me. Whatever she was discussing with the group had put her in a good mood. Even she appears to have not observed anything odd. Was I just saying things?
Dun dun dun. Woo! Glad that was over. Damn rich people. It's been a long day. I thought for sure we were going to. Hey, are you sure you're okay? You look a bit green like my hair.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's all good. I'm actually still recovering from a cold.
You're spreading the COVID.
Weather's been crazy lately.
I don't know why I'm reminding of like a terrible Lord of the Rings meme with that, but it's like a scene from The Hobbit. It's like, people were sick, they're at home, like with the flu and such. People were
Mhm.
affected with COVID. It just has Bilbo Baggins like, I'm going on an adventure.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
it's
those
not
movies in a
inaccurate.
long time, so I can't remember that scene.
It's like well, it's kind of the beginning, but it's after when the dwarves like left, and then he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going on this adventure. That's all you
He's
need.
got the map or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only I saw the first Hobbit movie when it first came out in theaters with my coworkers at the time. And second Hobbit movie I saw at a convention, and God, that movie was bad.
It was okay for the first 1.5, and then by the third movie came around, it was like,
Did
all
you
right.
see
It
the
was weird
CG
because The
in that
Hobbit
movie?
wasn't a long book, but they threw in a bunch of other books and
No,
background
see,
lore.
you
and,
got
like,
you gotta
Remember,
watch the
they
extended version.
modeled the
It's called,
dragon
like,
after Benedict Cumberbatch. Why?
That's
Oh
weird.
yeah, I remember.
All right. Well, we'll settle
That's the only
this.
way to
We'll settle this Hobbit talk another time. But that must be it. Whether this stupid cold and the friendly warnings, it was still stubborn. Still too stubborn to listen to. As much as I hate to admit it, Isabella's right. I was and still am a little feverish when she visited me at the school this morning. Medicine helped, of course, but only some. Although it's not like I can't function, it did get better after lunch, and I was able to go through my schedule like usual. Now I'm not so sure. However, I can't keep acting like I'm some sort of apparition with anything's but. I simply must have listened too many times to Isabella last week. My fever muddled and mine had begun to confuse things. If this doesn't let up, I just may need another visit to my doctor, plain and simple. Though I do hope it won't get worse. We did promise Zachary's film together.
I know what you mean. I've been complaining to Isabella. Doesn't seem to affect her much. Must be because she grew up in the tropics. Anyway, shall we move on? She's probably hanging out with the rest of the catering staff.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if she's there. She eats like 10 hungry men when she isn't feeling well. Lead the way.
The small nod she gestured for me to follow. I do so without much thought, finally putting everything in the back of my mind. Ellipses. The entire visit took a whole 24 minutes, and my trip to the mansion, as it turns out, is a useless endeavor in itself. Isabella is no longer there, left shortly after before I arrived. Or at least, that's what the few staff who saw her assumed. None of them knew where she went, but I could take a few guesses. But there's only a number of places in Luxembourg she frequents, and, well, she's never been the complex kind. It doesn't really take a genius to figure that out. Still, it's odd she left on her own. You could have at least waited for Miss Cooper. It would have saved her having to pay the cab's fare twice a day.
And right after she was told to stay put. I mean, who does that? Oh, sod off. You don't own the road.
In the end, all Miss Cooper could give me were the string of apologies for my trouble, and the request to let her know when I find Isabella. The whole affair doesn't last long. I probably spent more time traveling back and forth. Soon enough, I'm weaving my way back to downtown Luxembourg, where it's sick, and on top of that, maybe a little annoyed. Whether the unexpected turn of events or as Isabella herself, I'd rather not think about it for now. Now I'm already running late for Zachary's film. Besides, I'm perfectly sure that's what I'll find her. As one would expect, people have already gathered at the
Didn't
movie's
Ashton
house.
give her a ride, if I recall?
Yeah, it pretty much happened, and yeah. But I think what's her name? Rebecca got there because Miss Cooper called her to the house. So But in that, the small avenue, which is located, has been closed off early from any passing traffic to make way for the avid moviegoers who's sure to crowd the venue. I have parked almost a street away and walked the remaining distance because of it. Looking for them, taking a while in this crowd this big, but I eventually spot them near the entrance. Thanks to Zachary, mostly. It's like I've surmised Isabella's with them.
I knew it.
Wasting no time, I march over to the little group. Words filled with concern tumble out of my mouth before I can stop myself.
Isabella. Oh, thank goodness.
I think Alice was Isabella, if I remember correctly.
Oh boy, Ash.
Yeah.
I'm here. Becca, you're just in time.
An odd expression crosses her face as I hold it with both hands, but I ignored it in favor of getting a good look at her, forcing her to keep still and fix her gaze at me.
Becca, you're squishing my face.
Squish.
How are you? Are you alright?
Why wouldn't I be?
There doesn't seem to be any visible injury, or near she appears to be in pain. Apart from the confused frown at my question, she looks pretty much like how she would any other day. Even so, you can't really tell those things with her at first glance. Last time she got sick, she never bothered to call anyone, even me, who lives right next door. If I hadn't checked on her then, she probably would have died on her bed with the rest of us none the wiser. It's one thing we laughed about it now, but moments like those also teach you something about a person. If anything, it has given me more reason to constantly worry about her. For the moment a familiar name comes up, I know my concerns aren't completely baseless.
Rose called me earlier.
Her expression swiftly changes as gently as she can. Isabella pushes my hand away. Yet, before she even says anything, I've already have a hunch how this whole thing will play out.
Oh, no. Everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Sorry. There, the whole conversation go down as I imagined. She dodges my hand when it reached for the back of her head, intending to check she said injury myself. Even makes me a show of hiding behind Zachary just to avoid me. Instantly, what's supposed to be a simple inquiry dissolves into a shameless game of tag. Whoop, double whoop. Okay. Shouting and chasing like none of us had bothered to act like the full-grown adults we're all supposed to be. Including Ashton. I won't put it up past Isabella, but Ash, out of everyone? That smug motherfucker right there on my left? In fact, the stupid smirk on his face tells me anything. He finds the whole mess amusing. Oh, for the love of...
Alright, you cheeky cunt. Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
Oh my god, she called him a cheeky cunt.
She did look pale when I saw her earlier.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ashton. You traitor. I'll get you back for this, just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
There's a moment's pause. My hand stills midair, and my attention shifts to actions and the words he leaves hanging between the four of us. It doesn't meet my eye. I don't think he's even aware of what he said. The meaning of each syllable alone is clear. They echo. They sting. They burn.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Good old Zeke.
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looking fine to me then. Or Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Of course. Of course. Why else would Isabella leave on her own after being told to stay put, after that little chat about money this morning? Something close to silence follows while I mull over their words, both what they already been said and what's left unspoken. When I do find my voice, it only reeks with nothing but bitter, unpleasant thoughts. Thoughts that I quickly stamped out before they surface. Thoughts I hide the best I can in the deepest part of my mind, locking away for no one to see.
Oh, that's good. At least you didn't have to travel alone, right? At least? Good.
Yet, try as I might, the green-eye monster easily rears in its ugly head. It always like it does is every time his gaze lingers a second longer. Every time he smiles, a manner far too gentle, far too sincere, whatever he think is no one can see. Every time my mind suggests his words were more than they should. Every small, little thing. Despite what he says, despite his tone.
Girl, you gotta let him go.
Look, you guys.
For all I know, it must be some kind of fondness born from friendship. Maybe I'm just simply overthinking like he often tells me. Or maybe there's something there. I'm getting mixed signals here. But the short...
Sending traumatic signals.
But the short display of impatience... Excuse me. Display of impatience. I know the whole of it is just for show. After all, growing up together with him didn't teach me nothing about him. For whose sake is it this time, though? For him? For Zachary? For her? Or is it for me? That I can't tell.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me. If she can still run around like this...
Oop, okay.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
That Becca.
Ash, that's... You of all people should know.
Tell you what, if I notice something is amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
My mouth opens and shuts sorry. My mouth opens and snaps shut almost as quickly, forming a thin, hard line instead. I can't respond, not because there's nothing to say. On the contrary, there's so many things I can use reason to get him to agree. But because he speaks with much certainty and with much reassurance, it feels like there isn't even a choice. All I can give is a long, deep sigh and a reluctant nod in the face of it. Before I get a grip of myself and my own weakness, the mood immediately shifts and I'm being tucked into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
A lie, obviously. What else can it be? Each and every smile, a tiny effort to keep things as they are, or so I tell myself. Little do I know, this is merely a permeable ellipses. It starts out quality without fanfare, amidst friendly jibes?
Dives.
Jibes? And harmless teasing, with a scrap of paper fluttering harmlessly to the ground. Ah, shit! That one that looks suspiciously like a cheap Halloween prank, no matter how you look at it. Yet, despite how ludicrous it is at all, Isabella stubbornly insists, as her whole life depends on the acknowledgement of the truth to her story. Does she even raise how absurd she sounds right now? Shivens? Shrivens? Shrivens? Shrivens, yeah. Even my students wouldn't fall for this.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It does give me time to regret nor think over my choice of words. From there, it escalates, grows into an argument too petty for our standards as adults. Before we know it, one after another, harsh, scathing words are being spoken.
It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have.
Right, and in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up. There's also no way in hell that the supernatural shit is true.
But I like Supernatural.
But
With
it's
that facial
real.
expression.
Oh my.
What do you think I saw?
It's like she has like almost like those Naruto eyes or something like
Snake
that.
eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She looks possessed.
Hallucination, a delusion. Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
But someone has to be patient in all this. And however much my own has already been frayed earlier, there's no one else. Who else can deal with someone selfishly acting like a kid? Like every other time, it has to be me.
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's When Rose called earlier, I thought she was just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Just like that, she just cuts us off. Slam the door right in our faces while my own temper flares before I can stop it. This is kind of interesting, because like I don't think when we first did the chapter, she was never this angry or confronted with them about it. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, she was pretty passive.
Yep.
I think.
Or maybe
been
No,
it's
a
like
while.
she got super mad last time.
Okay.
Whenever we were playing through as Isabella, you mean?
yeah, I think she did get upset, but I don't remember being this upset. Is what I'm saying.
It's about to de-escalate. They're
Oh.
about to they're about the friend out
Yeah,
thing.
let's watch the movie and get pissed off. Although it falters briefly at the hard expression on her. When she snatches the blasted paper from Ashton, I hold on to it. Regardless of how upset she appears, the soured expression and bald fist throwing a tantrum is simply unacceptable. From a grown woman at that. Words from the tip of my tongue already. But before I can open my mouth and let all of it out, her feelings and mistakes can be damned. Zachary raises a voice of his own.
Guys,
The music changes with the sorry.
check this shit out. Got my guitar.
All right, well,
He's just like sitting there. He's like just playing guitar. He's just like,
All
guys,
right.
everybody calm down. Be friends.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
yeah, here's Wonderwall. God damn it. All right. Morning underneath the warm and hopeful beat in his voice. We all stop and look at him. Even my own anger subsided a little at his tone.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
To an outsider, it sounds like a desperate request, but Zachary has always been the one to keep a level-headed over petty squabbles. This time, no different. He knows what to say, and when he lets it fall, the only thing rings sharp and true.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what you've all been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please?
And as careful as he with his own tone, it does make me feel ashamed. We're supposed to be there for him, and what little support we can give, yet here he... Oh, sorry. Oh god, I'm burping. Yet, here he is, trying to keep the three stubborn people from outright hashing it out in public. Later, we can, and we'll talk about it, of course. There is a proper time and place for it, and at the moment, my anger and whatever reprimands it carries no longer matters. Beside me, Ashton seems to already have caught on. The lines of his shoulder ease to something much more relaxed, and his expression back to the usual nonchalance. Isabella, however, she stands perfectly still, her hands collapsing the straps of her bag like a lifeline. Eyes trained at some point near her shoes. There's no anger in her face, the only undeniable hurt. But she's never been good at hiding what she thinks, always the open book, always one to wear her heart out in the open. When she looks up, her answer is also simple.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
Her lips are curled up in a smile, though lacking both its usual brightness and glee. It is a smile nonetheless. I have seen countless of times with the very same one would show when she knows that no other choice, or simply when things get tough for her. But despite everything I already know about her, it still catches me off guard. In all honesty, I expect her to run, to walk, at the first sign of losing this time. I won't even be surprised. At 26, she is the youngest among the rest of us, less experienced, less accustomed to dealing with trivial quarrels like this. Yet, here she is, holding herself and coping with it like how she would with matters concerning her family. Outside of that, to me, she has always been this childish, naive girl, and watching the opposite play watching the play out right now. However, I find it difficult to wrap my head around it.
Alright, that's the Isabella I know.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry. Ah, God.
But I envy her.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby. I'm not one.
Oh, don't cry.
Stop it.
I envy her spirit, her warmth, her cheer, the shine in her eyes when she look at the world. How's everything seems to simply fall back to a pleasant, lively rhythm with her around. How easily and tightly she fits into our lives, even without the bonds only long years could forge, like a lost piece of a puzzle despite her jagged edges. How she draws people to her with ease. How Ashton, of all people, can be drawn to her. God damn, we're so jelly!
Oh, man. Okay, scaredy cat then?
That too. If you repeat that, I swear I'll.
Let's just go.
I make no effort keeping the bitterness from my tone. I let it seep, lingers, stiffy in the air, as I avert my gaze from them. From their playful banter, their friendly teasing remarks, and Ashton's tender, affectionate smiles, on before stabbing aches in my heart changes to something too painful to bear. It's all in my head, that's often I often tell myself, yet the way my heart rends at just the sight of them hurts. Just like a coward, I walk away from it all, taking with me with a small hope the movie will distract me away from these thoughts. Because, like this, it's easy to find something to hate in her. Dusk has already given away tonight when we leave for the film fest. Unfortunately, it does nothing to improve my mood like I'm hoping. Neither does the muggy air that greets us upon the stepping back into the noisy streets. Too busy. Too loud. Too many people talking with little space the sidewalks offers. It forces everyone to bump shoulders with those who barely know, let alone care about. On a normal evening, I probably wouldn't have minded the crowd nor the humid weather. It's not like either more bothering anymore. And yet, even with that admittedly a pleasant company, I can't bring myself to lighten up.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya.
Excuse me. Not even to return the smile Ashton and Zachary gives us, they go our separate ways. Perhaps it started with Miss Cooper's call, or earlier than that. Maybe even with the moment I left the bed this morning. Bloody hell, I could have been because of that sodding letter for all I know. I couldn't care less at this point. All I wanted is to get a warm bath, sleep, and wait for this dreadful day to end. Now, if only Isabella would stop babbling, then maybe the dull throbbing of the side of my head won't turn to a full-blown headache, too.
Zach did a pretty good job with his movie, didn't he? Even though Ash said he ran into some trouble late into filming. I knew he had it in him. It's not like I didn't believe he could do it. I mean, did you see his face after the credits rolled? All those months he worked on this, and everything's finally.
You weren't even watching.
Only the first minutes. I watched the rest of it, I swear. Besides, Ashton was the one who wouldn't stop asking questions.
Well, why do we still need to talk about this then? I liked it. Ash liked it. You liked it.
Yeah, there were some plot holes.
Oh God.
Shouldn't you be telling to Zachary in person? I'm sure he'll appreciate it better than I ever will.
I know that, but maybe there's something you want to say? Zach had you checked the scripts before he went through everything, right? He also worked on it, even if it was only for a short time. So maybe you want to.
I don't bother waiting for the rest. The moment I spot my car, I immediately make a quick beeline for it. Knowing her, this is merely another attempt at starting a conversation, just so we have something to fill the dead air to replace the strained atmosphere we somehow walked into. One thing, the very thing I'm not too keen to deal with at the present. Behind me, Isabella also changed her pace to match mine, her soft strides growing brisk and uneven in order to catch up. A small part of me half expects she suddenly trip. She's not even the clumsy sort, but there are definitely times where she can be at least coordinated person on the planet.
Becca, hey. Oh no. Wait for me.
And the people wonder why I worry. Not really completely unfounded, once you have already grown familiar with her habits. Though, right now, this is also the very end of the list of things I want to think about. Sometimes it does become overbearing. Even with her voice, as she calls for me, sounds nothing more than a background noise to my ears now.
Rebecca, slow down, will you? Your car's not going to leave without us.
The sooner we get on the road, the earlier we can get home. It's Friday, in case you didn't notice.
I know what day it is, but the traffic's not going to magically disappear, even if we go there right now.
I don't want to hear that from you. Didn't you used to complain about how horrendous the traffic is back home for you?
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with this, Becca.
Okay, what do you want to do then? Wait it out? Walk? I just want to go home, Isabella. If you want to stay out here longer, I won't stop you. But leave me out of it. I'm not up for any other foolish excursions tonight.
I wasn't thinking about an excursion. I want to go home too. It's already late. It's just that you've been in this prickly mood since earlier. Are you really okay? Was it the cold? Or did something happen at school? Do you want to talk about it?
She doesn't want to admit how thirsty she is.
Oh God. A long pause follows, and everything has been meaning to ask from the very start. I am in no mood, but all the same, my hand stops short of unlocking my car. My grip from the handles tightens. I can feel her eyes boring on me, waiting, hopefully patient for any answers I give. She's the same as Zachary. They're bad liars. But you talk to people like them? If you're not careful, they often leave you with no other choice but to admit the truth. The exact same ones I can't voice. Despite my lack of response, she pushes on, surprisingly. This time, her tone is sweeter, more tentative than usual.
Was it because of the letter?
It's a well-meaning question, but much like the rest of this talk, yet something in it how she says it irks me.
If it is, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cause a scene. I did see something in the mansion, though. I wasn't lying about that.
Whenever she wants to take this, I no longer want to hear a word of it. Not this minute. Preferably never. Especially when there's already a million other things buzzing and prodding inside my head. Sometimes my patience can only be tied for so long. Alright. Let's see. They both, one's kind of like a bit kind of aggressive, shutting it down. The other one
They don't
is
want to
more
talk
changing
or
the
lie to
subject.
her.
The cold caught up to me is very neutral. The first one's too aggressive.
Alright.
We don't want to be spicy.
Hold on. Let's
The
look
second
at
one
something
feels like an obvious
here.
lie to me. I don't know.
Well, she's pretty high. Well, the one
Yeah, already
down for
lost some points.
Ashton, but
Yeah.
but it's also the same with Isabella. I wonder. I don't know if you guys would like this idea. How would you feel if we were to take Ashton away from Isabella?
Oh, is that
No,
her
I
goal?
like Ash and Isabella.
Is that the plan?
At the end game?
I don't know. I'm just throwing a suggestion. What you guys think? It's a democratic thought. I'll just put it on the floor. But yeah. Other than that, how you wanna bond with this girl? I think two people say they
I
wanna
feel
say
bad
the code.
for Rebecca, but it seems like Ashton just doesn't have the same feelings for her.
It's been 17 years. I think it's like
That
past.
is true. So, but what if it's today's the year? Just kidding.
I think the second option is more like what she would say.
Yeah, the second
think-
option sounds just better.
I don't think she would like come out and say it.
So
Ed,
right
I
now,
always
we
feel
got.
like you like to be devil's advocate.
I mean, I have to practice it, you know? Because otherwise, like, we all just go towards the same direction. We're just gonna be like, yeah, let's do this one direction. It's not spicy enough for democratic process.
Okay, I appreciate that. Keep it spicy.
We've tried to make good choices, and somehow Marianne ended up in a dungeon. So who knows?
Don't remind me.
Wait, what?
Hey, calm down, calm down. This is not
Yeah,
Marianne. We're talking
that's
about
me.
Rebecca and Isabella right now.
See this video. I need to see this video now.
There's a secret sex dungeon underneath the mansion we found.
That's. I mean, the video is not out for it yet, but it'll come out eventually. Unless you guys want to post the rest of the videos already, up to y'all. But I already set him to like basically schedule every 2 days so I don't spam you guys with freaking videos.
Oh no, take your time with it. Don't you don't have to rush.
Yeah.
But now I am excited and I want to watch the video.
Yeah, I already posted like 4 videos, which should already catch you up to the Marianne route, and then every 2 days from today, you're gonna see more from the Marianne and plus this later.
I'll devil's advocate the second choice, and that maybe honesty is the better. Maybe Isabella would actually appreciate an honest answer.
All right, so we got 2 for 3. So let's see. So Alice, Nick, and Professor for the second. Let's see, Madeline and Zach for the spicy. It all left to you, Maria, since Justin already played this.
I mean, I always like to go for spicy or whatever's the objectively bad / funny
3 for
option.
3.
So, I mean, I'm leaning towards the first.
All right, 3 for 3.
But
So
again, I have no horse in this race. Like whatever y'all want to go with, I'll be fine with.
all right.
Yeah,
So
I don't feel that strongly. So if Alice and Aaron feel strongly, I don't care that much.
Cold. I'm voting for cold.
all right. So we're still 3 for 3, or did you guys change your vote? All right.
I mean, I'm sticking with not in the mood to talk. I was hoping to sway the vote.
All right. So are we 3 for 3, or we're not 3 for 3? That's the question I'm throwing out.
I think Madeline basically threw her vote out. She's not coming to the polls.
I want to abstain. I'm staying home. I'm not voting this
But
year.
then
Okay,
that
fine. Then
means
I'm gonna
the
double
cold.
down. Very spicy. We are not talking to her. We do not like her.
Okay, because
We are
like
being petty as hell.
if you abstain your vote, Madeline, that means we're gonna
I
go
know.
with the
I'm
second
giving it to
option.
Donald Trump. Okay.
Oh my God, Madeline, come on, be strong. You
I'm
gotta
voting
learn.
libertarian.
Just roll a d20.
Libertarian.
Basically not a vote.
I thought you said vegetarian.
I thought that too. I was like,
Oh.
oh.
I'm a vegetarian.
Recommender.
It's like,
Oh.
don't you have to talk about what you not want in your diet that doesn't fit your vegetarian diet?
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
All right. So, because I want to keep this spicy,
Roll
I
a
will-
d20.
I will cast a d20 die and let
Thank
the
you.
dice detect the fate. So, I will just kind of temporarily not stream this, and then I will just stream the. I don't know. Do you guys want me to roll the dice and surprise you guys, or what? Because I have an
Yeah.
actual d20 dice here.
The president
yeah,
is
naturally.
not amused at how long it's taking for you to make a decision here.
I agree. I think we've spent a lot of time on
Now,
We
I-
only
now,
spent
I
a
could-
lot of
I could
time
make-
making
I could make the
decisions.
decision myself as executive leader, but this is a democracy, and I must let the people vote.
I mean,
Alright.
you could place an
Oh.
executive order on the decision, Justin.
I suppose.
You could do a veto, Justin.
I think now I'm just trying to make this question. I'm just trying to drag the election out now. I think I'm just trying to.
You guys are
I will
filibustering
call
worse
Gritty
than other
from
presidents.
Philadelphia, and he will. What is the saying? Fuck around and find out.
Justin
right.
is a sitting president, so his efforts don't really matter.
His effort don't matter. Damn.
That is very true, but I still have authority.
All right. Well, anyways.
Roll the dice, Ed. Jesus.
I am the
Alright,
treasurer,
alright,
and I
alright.
have the money, and I say the cold wins.
And
Wait.
you can't just roll the dice. You got to get the lighting right. You got to get everything everything
Hold
good.
on.
Gotta have the right ambiance.
Wait, where the
Yeah.
hell? I
Are
think
we seriously gonna roll? I thought we democratically voted here.
we did, but because Madeline wussed out, I took over since her libertarian vote didn't think. So I decided to keep it spicy.
Wait, what were the votes? I
It was
demand
3-3 with
recount.
my vote in. But anyways, Google. Or actually, I do this with Siri here. Hold on, Siri can do it. All right, so here's how we're gonna do it. All right, odds will be the first one. Even will be the other. So I'm gonna tell Google, I mean not Google, but Siri to do the.
Siri, roll initiative.
Wait, what happened to the D20 though?
Hey Siri, roll a d20.
What exactly is taking for you so long to make a decision anyway?
The decision is 5
They're
because.
decisions. It-
So
I could
They
have
shaped the
sworn
route.
the votes
We
were
could
on
die.
the second one, so I don't know what the hell kind of counting you've been doing.
well,
Sounds like a
Executive-
certain
Siri say 5.
sounds like a certain losing president to me.
As executive leader, I must ask you why you are so torn on this decision.
Because I'm not torn. It's because I want to make it spicy.
Okay.
Okay,
I think
maybe
it's
we
important
just
we
need
hold
more
on to the voting
validation.
Yeah.
Ed, if you could hold Siri up to your mic so we can hear her claim whatever number it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
all right,
Well,
fine.
when you
I have to
vote, right?
re-roll
We're
it now.
counting those ballots, okay?
Okay, we're recounting. So, if
We're
it is,
gonna
if it is
You-
it's an odd number, we go with the first one.
Okay, but
If
everybody has to
it's-
be exactly 20 feet away from the
Hold on, I'm gonna put Siri really close to this. So here we go. Can I even hear this? Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Hey Siri, roll a d20 die.
Rolling. It's 6.
You guys hear that?
Oh, it was 6.
I heard
heard-
that.
I heard-
That means the second one wins.
Yep. You know, if we didn't do the
No.
recount, it was 5, and now we just missed one valid.
I
which was
feel
6.
a little like it should be 2 out of 3.
Okay, 2 out of 3.
Well,
I swear to God, you guys.
because we
Wait.
used to recount, democracy has spoken.
We need another recount.
Oh
It's
my
important. We
fucking
gotta
This
god!
is the most
Pennsylvania.
important election of our lives.
You are
Okay.
the worst citizens. I had to rule. I had to. I mean, keep under control.
It's not
Listen, you
about
have no power here.
it's not about making the right decision. It's about everyone's voice being heard.
Oh my god.
And you are terrible with your voices.
Oh my god! Why would you take? All right, so
It's 2.
2
I
out of
swear
3.
to God, vote 2.
2 out of 3?
all right, it was
No.
5 and a 6. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Okay, I'm
All
done.
right.
I'm done trolling.
All right. Okay, let's try it again.
Good.
Hey Siri, roll a d20.
Rolling. 1.
Oh well.
All right. Siri has spoken. Sorry guys,
God
I
damn
gotta
it.
make
All
it
right, but
spicy.
for real, we should probably go with the second one.
I Congratulations for the negative points, guys.
The Russians have hacked the votes.
Relations update.
It's been too many days.
What happened?
since
What did
Among
we
Us.
answer?
You don't
You
wanna
chose
know,
the one
Aaron.
that got negative points.
We're trying to get her
The-
man. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't
Why
know.
would you tell Isabella that you? Why would you tell Isabella that? Why?
This election was rigged.
Because the chicken was bland and we needed to spice it up.
Yeah. This is
Your
how you-
relationship with
We
her
needed
is
to
already
season our
low
chicken,
as
Justin.
is. Your
Oh.
relationship with her is also already low as is. Do
Justin,
you
why are
not-
you getting angry now? You didn't do anything earlier.
Because
Where were you?
I'm the president. I don't make good decisions.
Oh my
Wait, doesn't
God.
Rebecca
You know,
die?
If you really are the president, Justin, the president has to cast his vote for it to count as well. You know you can do that, right?
I'm sorry, but Yakuza is taking priority. And as the
Alright.
president, I
Where
decide
you would
that
be ashamed of you,
Yakuza
Justin.
takes priority over the citizens at the moment.
And in this scenario,
Anyways,
the president has like a future
guys,
psychic knowledge
guys.
of what's going to happen, so I don't think.
All right.
Also, it was funny.
The election is over. We have gone with one. We kept it spicy, and the spice has been chosen. So, Alice, take it away.
Ooh, so does that mean we got cat fights later?
Let's find out.
And during the open house, even if there were a lot of people around, there were weird things happening. I don't know if there was anyone else who noticed, but I heard things. And sure, it wasn't because I fell down the stairs. Even before that, in the attic,
She heard she heard Ed say, "Oh, finally,"
Finally.
in their Among Us game. Okay, sorry.
Becca, get angry.
Will you give the starting letter a rest already?
The effect is immediate.
Oh, the hurt.
Abruptly, Isabella clamps down her mouth shut.
Aw,
Hurt
baby.
flickers across her face as she looks away, and her shoulder droops. But before the thought of holding back on my tone, or how she would take every word crosses my mind. The realization does hit her. A twinge of guilt washes over me at once. All that's already been said and done. What am I supposed to tell her? That I am someone who, unsettled by my own assumptions? Stupid sulk has brought upon some stupid jealousy? That simple glimpse of her, my childhood friend, together infuriates a part of me. That I wish I'd been in her place during those times instead. Or not, I owe her neither of those. And if anything, the last person I want to know about it.
Look here, I'm not in the mood for this kind of talk tonight. My head is aching and I'm tired. I don't want to hear about the dumb letter or the mansion or whatever it is you saw in the bloody attic. Just get in the car and we're going home.
Sorry, I won't mention it again.
If you're so worried about it, why don't you just throw the blasted thing away?
You make it sound so easy.
Because it is? Here, hand it over and I'll do it for you. Might as well shut it up while we're at it.
I hold a hand out to her, though the gesture is without any expectations. He's nothing of a stubborn, or he isn't surprising when she turns the offer down with a swat of her hand.
Rebecca, just leave it alone, okay? I get it. You don't want anything to do with it.
Good. I hope that settles it.
Yeah, just forget I mentioned anything. I'll figure it out myself.
That makes me stop again. This time I turn to look at her and searching for her face for an explanation. All she offered me is a long side glance and another one of those pained looks before climbing on the passenger seat, closing the door behind her. Somehow, even with the steady din of traffic around us, the sound that feels heavier weighted with everything we refuse to utter tonight. This is what I want, isn't it? It certainly doesn't feel like it.
Wow, Isabella really didn't take that well.
Oh,
Shocker.
let's see how bad. It's only a little bit. She's a girl. She can handle it.
I guess it
That
didn't go.
didn't
You
seem
don't
like
like
the
Bruce
relationship much.
It's whatever.
Like
This is
that
a
was
little
that was,
baby
that was
dot.
a very that was a very low drop.
I mean, we just basically just told her to shut up. Although it's not cool still, but
Not devastating or
Imagine if
anything.
Isabella's relationship dropped lower than her relationship with Luke, who she hasn't even met yet,
Yeah.
besides that one time.
Thankfully, if there's anything else left to be spoken between us, we won't have to discuss it on the way home. What's it's breathing in the background? Or rather, we can't. Because no sooner we hit the road, Isabella dozes off. Despite my foul mood, I end up suppressing a laughter once it's the first sounds of her breathing fills the car.
Oh, Alice, it's you.
Eek.
Mama?
Not your mom, Isabella.
Low and steady. The quiet rhythm is so completely unlike her, so far removed from every impression anyone has of her. A faint whimpers will occasionally come from her, but otherwise, it's just us. This silence, it's so utterly unexpected. Still a welcome break, of course. Peace and quiet is one thing you rarely get with her around. Yet, it's nowhere near comforting. It merely lends this strange clarity. Every little sound, every single movement more palpable. But it comes with the unease. A jolt of surprise hits me when it almost comical if this was a different situation. In my haste, I accidentally dislodge my mobile from its seat on the dashboard when I swipe on the screen. Soon I'm scrambling blindly for it with my other hand while keeping a steady eye on the road ahead. A voice crackles from the loudspeaker before I can put it back. Oh no, I don't like this already. Although muffled heavily by the surface, I recognize the person on the other line from the chipper tone and alone.
Hello, still not dead yet. Hi.
Miss Cooper.
Oh, you're still awake and alive. Evening. Hope I didn't disturb you or anything. I know it's a bit late. Sorry about that, trying to get things done before death. I just wanted to check on you and Isabella. The girl's still not answering her mobile. Be able to meet up with her.
Ah, yes, she's with me. We're on our way home.
Hello, what was that again? I can't hear you properly over the sound of impeding death.
Sorry, let me just fix this dumb phone.
Help me!
Hand stops dead for a moment. I spread a divisive brief glance, waiting. Seconds pass. Nothing happens, though. Frankly, I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but the lines of my mouth forms into a frown regardless.
Miss Cooper?
Yes, still here, still alive.
Did you say something?
Just that I didn't get the last part. What were you saying again?
No, I thought you... Never mind. Must be the signal acting up.
Help me!
Come again?
What?
Is everything alright over there?
Certainly, is something wrong. Why wouldn't it...
Got this conversation.
Okay, you seem to be busy? This isn't a good time for you. I can just give you a call back some other... Help me!
I like how chipper that was. Oh god, alright. Yeah, it's like the most chipper help me ever. It's like, oh, help me right here, please. I have to make a conscious effort not to panic right then and there, although my tight hold on the steering wheel tells a different story altogether.
Miss Cooper? Rose? Hey, Rose? Are you still there?
Only a burst of static answered me, and
Help me! Help me!
god damn it. Maybe this laugh is entirely because of exhaustion, because it's starting like she's talking like a Teletubby, begging for help, but it's been a long day, and I haven't really recovered from last week's bout of flu, contrary to what's I've been telling people. Though, perhaps if I paid closer attention to it, I would not have been so occupied with the other thoughts. I probably would have noticed earlier that it never came from my phone, but from someone right behind me.
Help me!
Oh,
Help me, please!
Jesus Christ! Time slows to a crawl. Is this a QTE event? Because I'm going to hate it.
What are you gonna do in the car?
I don't know. Maybe it's like...
back up into a fire hydrant.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's like Crazy Taxi with an undead person. But
God, yeah, so it's gonna turn into like some crazy fucked up version of Twisted Metal, which
God.
in itself is already fucked up.
All right.
Hello?
Well,
Are you
look-
my Uber?
Look it up as a mistake. First thing I see is its face, a ghastly shade, every inch battered, bruised, and bloodied. Even in the darkness, the world passing by in a blur of lights outside, I can't still make out. Blood still oozes from it, little trails of crimson running down its face, glistening under what is little light there is. But it is a gleam in its eyes what catches me. Quiet plead, the anguish, the desperation in them. Or if it's a hideous feature than the awful stench of gore I'm now soaking the air. As try as I might, I can't bring myself to look away. God damn it,
Where
look
is
at that.
Bella?
She's like next to us to the
She's
right,
asleep.
apparently, yeah. You're gonna have to live contorts into a horrific smile. And as sharp and harsh noises pierces the air and the silence around us.
Rebecca.
Oh, is
Huh?
she driving? I thought they were riding.
Oh no,
Driving.
she's driving.
Oh.
Car. Eyes on the road.
Although it'd be
Crazy
kind of,
woman.
although it'd be kind of crazy to like if they pick up an Uber and that's the taxi driver, they're realizing they're riding the entire time.
Yeah. It'd be like I don't know when you do that in Yakuza and suddenly Majima's the driver.
Oh no.
Actually, I don't know which is scarier.
Against everything I've been taught, I've constantly reminded myself I close my eyes. The worst decision I can make.
This.
Ellipses. Double ellipses. It's a brief moment. A short, vivid second muscle of memory, instinct completely taking over. If I didn't allow it, if my hands didn't move, or my feet didn't hit the brakes in that exact second, I might have... Isabella, if I might have... No. I shake the notion away before I lose myself in it. Right now, it's an ugly line of thought I refuse to venture into, and not the breathing is a struggle with every ounce of strength I've been totally drained from my body.
I feel like to hyperventilate this long, you'd be really painful.
Yeah, most definitely not while Isabella's panicked voice beside me still rings of my ears. We're alive. We're safe. That's all that matters. It's not that her face that I look when I finally open my eyes. All gone. I expected stains, the little telling marks and creases of covers to show me where I sat not a second ago. But whatever it is, has not left a single trace. And though courage is a hard thing to gather at this point, I take what little of it remains in me and turn towards the back seat.